In this video, we're going to do a few speed questions. So speed uses the formula V equals D over T. These are the symbols for this. So this is speed. It'll be measured in meters per second or kilometers per hour. It's a rate. The D is distance, and distance is going to be measured in meters or in kilometers. And time is measured in seconds or in hours typically. It's possible to have different measurements of time, but those are our typical units that we do. So whenever we're doing one of these questions, what we want to do is we want to do a quick little diagram, list our variables, and then substitute or then rearrange our formula and substitute in and get an answer. So here it says a motorist drove her car 120 kilometers at a constant speed. So here's the car and it's driving at a constant speed. And so I'm going to list the variables. So the time that was spent is 1.5 hours. The distance traveled was 120 kilometers. And it's asking for the speed, so that's an unknown, in kilometers per hour. So speed equals distance over time. I don't need to rearrange the formula because the formula is actually for speed. So I'm going to substitute in. I get 120 kilometers, and I'm dividing it by the time of 1.5 hours. So I come out with an answer of 80. Now my calculator says 80, but I want to be cautious that I have the right number of significant digits. So here I've got 2 sig digs and here I've got 3 sig digs. Because this is multiplication or division, I should pick the least number of significant digits in the calculation, which is 2. So this is a good answer. So 80 kilometers per hour. It wanted the answer in kilometers per hour, so we're good. Here they've got calculate the average speed of a Greyhound bus that travels 350 kilometers in 3 hours. So my bus looks suspiciously like my car. It travels a distance of 350 kilometers. Its time is 3 hours, but it's 3.00 hours. So you can see that I've got 3 sig digs for distance and 3 sig digs for time. It's asking for the speed. The speed, it doesn't ask what units it'll be, so kilometers per hour should be fine. Again, my formula is V equals D over T. It doesn't require a rearrangement because I'm calculating speed, which is the V. So I've got 350 kilometers, and it's being traveled over 3 hours. So 350 divided by 3.00 gives me 100. So my calculator says it's 116.66666666 repeating. And so I want 3 significant digits. So I get 1, 2, 3. And because the next following number here is 5 or greater, I need to round up. So my answer is going to be 117 kilometers per hour. Here they're asking us to calculate the distance. So in this case, I want the distance. The time is 4.50 hours, and the speed is 95.0 kilometers per hour. So I get unit agreement. By that I mean that I've got hours and then kilometers per hour. So I should get an answer of a distance in kilometer. It's again distance traveled. Well, let's make this a circular object. We don't know what it is in this case, but it doesn't really matter. My formula is V equals D over T, but in this case, I want to solve for distance. So I need to rearrange this to give me distance. If I multiply both sides by time, the times here would cancel out, and distance equals speed times time. So I'm going to use that formula, and I'm going to substitute in my speed is 95.0 kilometers per hour, and my time is 4.50 hours. Now, my distance here is going to give me 427.5 kilometers. Sorry. This number has 4 significant digits, so I need to do a little bit of rounding. I've got 1, 2, 3 sig digs, and both these numbers have 3 sig digs. So I'm going to need to round this off, and because this trailing number is 5 or greater, it's going to be 428 kilometers because it's going to round up. Fourth question here, and the last one we'll do in this quick little video, is how long would it take to travel 600 kilometers and an average speed of 95 kilometers an hour? So again, we've got some kind of object traveling. It is traveling a distance of 600 kilometers. The speed is 95 kilometers per hour, and we want the time. So our original formula is V equals D over T, but now I want to solve for T. And so I need to isolate for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get T equals D over V. So if you're not sure how to do this rearrangement, over here we had D equals V times T. If I'm solving for T, this is an easier formula to solve for. So what I'll do is I'll divide both sides by T. My T's cancel out, and V equals D over V. So now I can substitute into here. The distance was 600 kilometers, and the time is 95 kilometers per hour. So 600 divided by 95, I get 6.3157847. But I only have 2 significant digits in this number. This one has 3. So I need to select the 2 significant digits. So I've got 6.3, and the trailing number is a 1, so I don't need to round up. So I'm going to get 6.3, and this is hours because we had kilometers divided by kilometers per hour. That's going to give us hours as our answer.